Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is One of One, but you can call me Seven. We've returned to this awful time loop where we recently just experienced some pretty awful things. Rintaro is going, he's going a little crazy. He's not himself, and that alter ego that he is so strongly manifested in Hoin Kyoma is at least look, that's my theory, that this thing that was just cringe and a way for him to cope with awkward social situations that he didn't know how to deal with has slowly become something more tangible in his mind as he relives these same 2 days over and over and over and over again, because he can't handle the reality of the world outside of this time frame. It's unnerving. It's really messed up, really bad. It's not a good situation, but we have to keep moving forward. We have to see this through, because if Rintaro isn't, someone has to, right? So I'm scared, but let's get started. I push down the pedals. Yep, sweat oozes. Feels good. Weather's so nice. I have to come along. Yeah, there's Suzuha. Hey, dude. How's it going? You can see Tokyo Bay, all using rent-a-cycles, something or other. Daru is going to almost get hit by a car. Or maybe even... Rintaro's gonna push him in front of the truck. Who knows? Then do... Wait, what do you mean by that? Oh, did he say I'd kill? I could kill for a glass of water, then do it. Huh? Everyone turns to look at me. Oh, okay, Rintaro. Alright, buddy. Do it. Kill someone. Oh, nice, Why so serious, man? Come on, what are you waiting for? If you want to do it, then do it. Oh, I don't like it. You shouldn't say things like that. Suzuha knows. Suzuha knows, man. Nothing. There's a convenience store once we pass 2 bridges. Tough it out. That's farther than I thought. Hundreds of days have passed since this began. Maybe thousands. How many cycles has it been? I've repeated this loop so many times that I've grown tired of keeping track. I can barely remember the reason I started. The days go by like tearing pages from a calendar. Everyone says the same things. Everyone responds in the same way. I've noticed my biorhythms seem a bit off, but aside from that, every day is the same. Same. Wait. Same. Yes, subtle deviations occur, but it's all within acceptable limits. In the end, the result is always the same. Everything that happens is insignificant, meaningless, pointless. I'm the only one still living in this loop. Everyone else is just being kept alive. By me. We're just spinning our wheels in a dead world. Oh. God, this makes me so uncomfortable. My soul died some cycles back. I don't remember. This isn't life. Mahiti's death? Moeka's raid? Suzuha's time travel? I may have cared about those things once. Not anymore. When did I stop caring? When did I become a machine, looping and looping for all eternity? Nothing matters. When these 2 days are over, they will start again. Everything will be reset. I will reset it myself. And I guess it's pointless to worry. Ridiculous. How many times have I repeated this loop? My senses have gone dull. It's getting harder to respond to the things I see and hear. I feel detached, like I'm isolated inside a thin membrane. And I've already gotten used to it. I don't find it inconvenient anymore. I simply adapted. I simply optimized to this far too narrow world. To this far too gentle world. Why shouldn't I adapt? This is my world. Yep. Still on his bike, guardrail, blah blah blah, and watch impassively. The horn blares. Daru jerks away from the rail. I thought this time it's gonna get hit. Yeah. I thought for a second it was gonna like crash through the guardrail or something like that. A split second later, the truck howls past. Dado loses his balance and falls on his butt. Yeah, we know that was close. Get off their bicycles. That truck was mean. So report him. The truck's number smoothly rolls off my tongue. I've seen it so many times, it's like a brand on my brain. There, now you know. Report him. I hold my phone out. Did I? Did I do something, Okarin? You said you wanted to report him, so I'm giving you the opportunity. My tone is flat. I'm just saying whatever comes to mind. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I agree that Hashida could be a little less lazy, but you're going way too far, Okabe. Shut up, you class rep wannabe. Jeez. No fighting, guys. Daru-kun's okay, so let's be happy. I ignore Mairi and shove my phone at Daru. You're not going to report him? Well, I guess I'll let him off the hook this time. I sigh and put away my phone. Suzuha is staring at me again. She looks like she wants to say something, but who cares what she thinks? I feel nothing. Oh man, this is not good. His soul died a few cycles back. He's done this hundreds of times. The tired Kurisu, the re-energized Daru, and the ever-energetic Mairi repeat the same conversation I've seen hundreds of times, and then they go search for the restaurant. I turn my back to them and walk towards the ocean. But Suzuha stands in front of me, blocking my way. What's good, man? Her eyes bore into mine. I try to pass without saying anything, but she cuts me off. I see the sincere concern in her eyes, but it can no longer sway my heart. Not even a little. Hey, wasn't there a movie about a guy who gets trapped in some kind of time loop? What? What the hell is she talking about? Groundhog Day, right? It was like 100 years old when I saw it. Movies in my time are all boring, CERN propaganda, you know? So we watch old movies instead. Like Groundhog Day. Never heard of it. It was pretty unsatisfying. I was trying to brush her off, but Suzuha keeps talking. I mean, the loop ends without the hero really doing anything. Like, he becomes a good person and suddenly happy ending. Kinda dumb. You're trapped in a loop too, aren't you? All of us are. Oh man, this is just like, again, I referenced it last time, but it's just like the Endless 8 arc in The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, where Suzuha's just like that, like, man, what's his name? Kyon? And after living this same thing hundreds of times, obviously, they're still people, like, they're still living and breathing. He's just resetting the days over and over again, but eventually, if you live the same amount of time, that many continuous cycles, someone's bound to feel something, that something is wrong, that they've done this, like it's just a deja vu, what have you. I mean, logically or theoretically, it should all stay exactly the same. I mean, there's been slight deviance, as Rintaro said, but this is kind of crazy. Say something. Oh my god. You've been here before, haven't you? Her gaze seems to pierce through everything. I find myself blinking involuntarily. Then my eyes drop to my feet. What are you talking about? A hoarse voice leaks from the back of my throat. It doesn't sound like my own. I saw Big Sight for the first time today, but this isn't the first time I've seen it. I feel my heart skip a beat. Maybe I'm just overthinking. Word games? We've come here before, haven't we? You've experienced today multiple times, haven't you? How many times? Answer me! Suddenly Suzuha seizes my arm. You have the eyes of a dead man. I know those eyes. They're everywhere you look in my time. Oh, don't kill your soul, Okabe Rintaro. Slowly, feelings rise from the depths of my heart, like an oiled machine grinding back to life. Soon to be completed time leap machine, you've been using it to repeat the past, haven't you? What if I have? Why are you doing this? No. You said it yourself, man, this isn't living. You know the reason, and you know that it still matters. What are you running from? Running? Yeah. I'm running. Running from Mayuri's death. That's why I'm going to 1975. I'll bring you the IBN 5100 and then you can... Nope. You fail. And then after 25 lonely, meaningless years, you hang yourself. What? But... That's why I'm hiding in this loop, so that neither you nor Mayuri will die. That's it. That was the reason. I entered this loop resolved to save them, but my resolve has long since turned to dust. As long as I repeat these 2 days, nothing changes. Nobody dies. I've accepted that duty, to keep everyone alive. Yeah, man, that is only from your perspective. It's incredibly selfish, and we've been over this, but he's long since resigned himself to doing this over and over and over and over again because it's the only way that he can feel safe. The world continues into the future independent of you. No matter how many thousands of loops you make, Shina Mayuri will still die. It's not a solution. Yeah, my lips twist into a self-deriding smile. I'm not looking for a solution. Do you intend to keep looping forever? Yes. I've accepted that duty. You haven't accepted anything. Can't you see how it's twisting you? No matter what happens to me, this world will continue. The loop will continue no matter what happens. The loop will not end. Guys, the thing that scares me the most about this is I'm wondering if, and what he said he's done this hundreds of times, right? Well, I mean, we saw for the first time in the last episode, his primal and intrusive urges rise to the surface. So if he's done this hundreds of times, that can only lead me to the logical conclusion that at some point or another, he acted on them. And what's worse is that I'm imagining it happened, his behavior changed in phases. There's definitely some mental health things here that are like way out of whack and probably developed in a way that is unnatural and unhealthy in so many different aspects. But I can only imagine that he gave in and then got bored of it and is now desensitized to it. Again, I do this a lot. I read very deeply into the context that's given to me, but it's because the story, I mean, it's gripping me. It's good, and he is determined to keep going. How long can you endure living frozen in time? At some point, he's just going to stop, right? He's just gonna go out like Suzuha did. You can't keep this up forever, you know? Your body may never die, but look at yourself, Okabe Rintaro. Your soul is already hanging by a thread. What else can I do? I don't have it in me to sacrifice anyone. You, Mayuri, you're my friends. I can't lose either of you. Suzuha hangs her head with a sorrowful expression. Is the interrogation over? I try to end the conversation by walking towards the sea again, but she grabs my hand to stop me. You have more to say? Do I really hang myself? Yeah. Do I really fail my mission? Yeah. Suzuha bites her lip and hangs her head. Maybe I shouldn't have told her the truth, but it doesn't really matter. If I time leap again, this conversation will never have happened. In that case, will you come with me? Okabe Rintaro? Are we going to 1975? What? This isn't what I was expecting at all! This is kind of sick! That's the last thing I expected to hear. Go with her to 1975? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong key, sorry. What will happen if I go? Suzuha grasps my hand tightly. You can help me so that I don't fail. And maybe we can find another way to change the future. Is that possible? Oh, keep hitting the wrong key, guys. Sorry. My heart beats. My eyes open. Color returns to the world. The world line might shift in a completely unanticipated direction. What you know is the present may change dramatically. The future gadget lab might not exist in the future we make. Shina Maeri, Hashida Itaru, and Makize Kurisu might not even be born. Even if they are born, they might be different people with different names. But if we go to 1975, we'll have 35 years before we reach the 2010 divergence. I don't know how we'll change the world line, but we'll have plenty of time to prepare. If you're okay with all that, then why not come with me? To tell the truth, I want someone to come with me. Someone. In other words, it doesn't have to be me. I don't want to go knowing I'll fail. I don't want my death to be meaningless. So come with me. Oh, man. Oh. This got me right in the gut. Oh. It's such an earnest entreaty. Save me. Because she knows, and she doesn't even question it. She knows that with all the time traveling that she's been doing, something like this could happen. I guess it's not surprising to her necessarily. Maybe initially shocking, but... Ooh, guys, this is getting good. I want to save you too. I can't bear to see you like this. Will you continue this loop until your soul is ground to nothing? Once that happens, time will start moving again and the ending you've been postponing will occur. When your soul finally dies, Shina Maeri will die too. I will fail and hang myself, all according to schedule. What you're doing is nothing but slow suicide. If you're willing to go that far, then come with me instead. Save me. Tasukete. That's what she said before I cut her off. The hands of my clock stopped ticking long ago. Oh, now slowly they begin to move forward. I'll go. I'll go with you. Please take me with you. I'm sorry. I should have noticed sooner. Suzuha gently embraces me as if to warm my frozen heart. Oh. My heart and my soul. Oh. The wind blows. The clouds flow and change shape. Sunset. The sky is so terribly orange. The color of dawn. The color of dusk. The color of the world's end. The color of the world's beginning. While Daru was repairing the time machine, I let my mind rest. I avoided all contact, slept like a log, and tried to piece my soul back together. On the afternoon of the 13th, I receive word that the repairs are complete. I send an email calling all members to a meeting. Then, as everyone else gathers at the lab, I head to Radikan. Alone. Suzuha is waiting there, standing before the time machine with glistening eyes. She gives me one last warning. Remember, this time machine only goes one way. Once we leave, there's no coming back. Even so, will you still come with me? It's crazy to me that I didn't even consider the idea. It seems obvious now in hindsight, but the idea that Rintaro should just go with her? I mean, we don't know what caused her to lose her memory, but with two of them there, surely their chances increase exponentially, right? To not have the mission to obtain an IBN 5100 fail in that manner. Right? Like, I don't know, it's... It's interesting, and there's so many emotional implications here too. I mean, he's done this hundreds of times. Rather, he's done the same cycle hundreds and hundreds of times, and lived this, and it nearly killed him. Truly, it nearly killed him, and Suzuha recognized it and saved his life. Saved his life and potentially saved the world. Assuming that everything goes well and Okabe succeeds in his goals, I should say. But at this point, in terms of the actual timeline, the world line even, and what's going on, and what actually has happened, in terms of character interactions and stuff like that, I'm I'm not lost. I know what happened. It's just I don't know what actually happened in this world line, the one that we are experiencing through Okabe's perspective right now. It's a lot. It's a lot to handle, and it's a lot to try and piece together, but this entire thing right here is incredibly sad. It is tragic with a capital T, and I love it. I slowly nod. And you? Are you sure about this? There's a good chance we'll both lose our memories during the leap. You said it took me 24 years to remember. But this time I have you. Something might change. Wishful thinking. Does that mean you're backing out? I'm going no matter what. No. I've made up my mind. I don't know how it will turn out. We're certainly at a disadvantage, but still, I never thought I'd be so thankful to not know what's coming next. It's funny how uncertainty is one of the things that humanity and humans in general are scared of the most, and yet this is exactly what Rintaro needs. To not know. It's so stimulating, it sends shivers down my spine. I feel like I'm actually here. Did you tell everyone? Oh? You did? I bid them farewell? Mairi, Daru, Kurisu. I left them each a handwritten letter. The lab is probably chaos by now. I also mailed letters to my parents and my friends at school telling them to not look for me. My parents will probably be sad, but this time, I'm not running away. I want to believe I'm not running away. You know, Suzuha stands next to me looking at the time machine. She finally smiles though her eyes still shine with unshed tears. I was starting to feel that like there were romantic overtones here. A little, I mean, it's very dramatic and it's, there's lots of trauma here. And both have been through a lot, but sure, I guess Suzuha, it's kind of like we're eloping. Whatever. There's nothing to feel guilty about. In fact, I want to thank you, Suzuha. If you hadn't invited me, I'd still be in the loop, living like a corpse. So thank you, Suzuha. Let's fight to change the future together. Yeah. We clasp our hands. Suzuha's grip is so strong it kinda hurts. But that pain tells me I'm alive. Oh, nobody sends us off. Oh, this is sweet. This is real. I've used the word raw in the past couple of episodes. It hurts. Oh man, it's a good feeling. It does let you know that you're here, huh? Lets you know that things are all right and that you exist, huh? Nobody could. This is a one-way trip through time. Once we go, there's no coming back. 1975. That's before I was even born. We're headed for the past. No. For a future that has yet to be written. Not the world line Suzuha left, nor the world line she desired. We are reaching for an entirely new future. This feels like an end. An ending. Guys? Our eyes meet, our hands clasped tightly. Let's go. Yeah. The time has come for us to depart. Our mission? To change 35 years of history. We boldly lift our heads, ready to challenge fate. Together. So I was right. This is an ending? Is that what the idea is? Oh man, there's a whole credit song and everything. I mean yeah, it's the credits, but like there's no way we don't get to see how this resolves, right? It's really cool that in this ending it's all left open-ended, right? It's all I don't even know the words that I'm looking for. It's kind of hard to conceptualize, but how we're left to assume that they either failed or succeeded. Like we can draw our own conclusions based off of what we know about them as characters. Oh man, This song is pretty. Regardless, this is feeling a lot like a Nier Automata situation where you get the first ending, and then things will suddenly start to develop and change and be very different and be very, I guess I should say, developed in terms of plot, in terms of character development in the next couple of endings. And I imagine that this visual novel has a good ending, a neutral ending, and a bad ending, possibly. I'm assuming we'll get choices to make now that this is, I mean, I didn't think we were going this way. I thought this was going to be a lot more linear. But, you know, someone in the comments of maybe the last video, I think the last Steins Gate video, told me that I was nearing an ending that had to do with Suzuha, but I wasn't entirely sure how close I was. But it literally was right here. So, I don't know. What do we do now? This is a short credits scene, and does that mean we're going to finally have a way to move forward, or this feels like yeah, irreversible reboot, reach Suzuha's ending. That's the achievement that we just got. Is this gonna be like a springboard for the events that happen in the next couple of routes? CG library was added to the extra menu, music library, movie library. Okay guys, I think that this is going to be a shorter video because we've reached the first ending and I'm not entirely sure how to get to the other endings. I don't know how many other endings there are, but I think that the best way to do this would be for me to look up how many endings there are and try and get all of them, just so we can see as much Steins Gate content as possible, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely interested in seeing all that they put into the game. I really like the characters, I like the interactions, I like a lot of the situations that they present the audience with, and I think that would be really cool. I think that'd be really cool and really fun to see. So I think that we should try that. I do know that instead of making choices, this is something that I remembered while I was, you know, just thinking about it. Instead of making choices, a lot of the endings and stuff are changed / you get to those specific endings through your interactions with Rintaro's phone. It's just like what texts you send, what replies you send, if you answer phone calls, if you do or don't. And it's a really cool idea, but also that doesn't really lend itself super well to I mean, of course I can there are so many phone interactions throughout the game that saving at every single one seems a little crazy, right? Maybe that is what I'll have to do, but regardless, I'll have to have more than one save at this point, because that's kind of what I've been doing, which came back to bite me in the butt, but it's totally fine. I can just do it. I can fast forward through things now, I think. I'll figure it out, but regardless, maybe I look up what specific things I answer and stuff like that to get to certain routes and certain endings to see how the plot progresses in those ones. But for now, yeah, this is going to be a bit of a shorter one, but I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I definitely did. And I will see you guys in the next video. So for now, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye!